So here are some further hints for timetabling. First off, make your timetable accessible for your students. So this might be a checklist, particularly in the student journal. That's a great spot to put your checklist, and the kids can just tick it off when they're finished. I know other home tutors have had like a daily laminated checklist that the kids tick off every day. You might have a timetable up on the wall. You might just write it up on the whiteboard every day, or maybe simply make sure they can access your timetable. I've done all of those depending on the classroom. They are all strategies that work well, or you may find something else that works for you. But yeah, really important that the kids know what's happening and what's coming up next. Next, do the harder stuff first when the kids are fresh. So things that they hate in our classroom, it's spelling mastery. We try and get that off the bat nice and early while Isla's still, her brain's still functioning. Don't do it after the on-air lessons when they're tired. That's just not going to work. Set alarms for all of your on-air lessons. I set my alarms for 10 minutes prior to the lesson, and I just have them repeating every day so that Isla knows exactly when she's got to get on. It makes life so much easier, and you're not worried about missing things. And the great thing about setting alarms on your phone is you can actually set them to specific days. So for example, if you have science only 1 or 2 days a week, you can set that alarm to only go off on those days. So mobile phones are amazing. Now I'll talk about this more in later videos, composite teaching, but I'm going to touch on it here because it is important for timetabling. So composite teaching is teaching multiple grades at the same time. If you have kids that are, at a similar level or at a similar age group, you can often teach the same concept at the same time in different levels, and that just takes a little bit of planning, but it saves you a lot of time. A lot of the curriculum is set up so that different grades are learning the same subjects at the same time. So, year 2 and year 4 might be learning the same thing in science, but at different levels. And if you can teach that at the same time, it's going to make your life a whole heap easier and save you a lot of time. Same goes for things like spelling mastery. I can teach 2 spelling mastery lessons at the same time. So I just have the teacher's manuals open on my lap and, read out the instructions for one child, then the instructions for the next child, and so on. I can't do more than 2. I have tried 3. That doesn't work, but it saves time if I'm doing 2 at once. Always include physical activity. So it's a great way to start your day if the kids are doing some sort of, jumping jacks or running around the house or jumping on the trampoline. When the kids are getting like tired and a bit brain dead later, a quick movement break really does help. Always, always, always have contingency plans for if the internet goes out, if a child is suddenly finished an activity but you're busy working with somebody else and you can't help them move on. So have early finish your activities, have independent work that the kids can go on with, and make sure whatever work you have, the kids know to go and get that so that they don't come and ask you, hey, I don't know what to do now, I'm bored, I've done everything, I need help. They need to be able to know to move on their own. Really get them working independently at that, and it's going to save you a lot of time in the schoolroom. Speaking of saving time in the schoolroom, teach kids to log on themselves. And this seems so simple, but I've worked with so many students who, they get to year 2 and year 3 and they still don't know how to log on. They can learn it in prep. So my 3-year-old nephew knows how to, call his grandfather on the smartphone connected to the Bluetooth in the car. He can call his grandfather from the car. I'm sure that your prep and your year 1 can learn to log on. This is really, really important as well. Be prepared. So go through your timetable first thing in the morning and look at what you're going to need. What resources are you going to need? Do the kids need worksheets printed out? Do they need resources for an on-air lesson? Make sure you have those before school starts every morning. It's going to save you so much time. Better yet, if the kids know where those resources are, they can go and get them themselves so that they are developing that independence and saving you time. And don't forget to schedule fun stuff. It's really, really important for the kids and for yourself to actually enjoy what you do. So make sure at least once a week that you have scheduled in a time where you're just doing something for the fun of it and enjoying yourself. She's totally holding her timetable right there. She knows what's going on. That's why she's so calm and not stressed. Make sure, yeah, like her, you're carrying your timetable around. Keep it with you, and it's really, really handy when you need to scribble notes and remind yourself something later, or write down, oh, this kid had trouble with this. Put it on your timetable, and you can always refer back to it. Anyway, thank you for putting up with 20 minutes of me rambling on how great timetables are. Go out, make your own timetable, and I'll see you in the next video.